Now, let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Greg Shapiro, and let's clear up the USA view. Trump takes over DC police, LGBTQ plus community on edge. In an unprecedented announcement Monday morning, President Donald Trump declared it Liberation Day in DC and announced he was taking over Washington's police force. Speaking from the White House briefing room, Trump invoked Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act, a rarely used provision to place the Metropolitan Police Department under direct White House control and deploy the DC National Guard into the streets. Trump said, quote, "We're going to take our capital back," end quote, flanked by Attorney General Pam Bondi, FBI Director Kash Patel, and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. He painted Washington as a city, quote, "overtaken by violent gangs," end quote, and claimed its murder rate exceeds Baghdad and Mexico City. This statement contradicts the Justice Department and MPD data showing violent crime has dropped to a 30-year low in the city. The speech deviated from incorrect crime statistics to political grievance, where he tied the takeover to cultural issues, railing against sanctuary cities, saying, quote, "That's why they want men playing in women's sports. That's why they want transgender for everybody. Everybody transgender," end quote. Meanwhile, Bondi promised an immediate crime crackdown, naming former Fox News host and Judge Jeanine Pirro to lead prosecutions. Hegseth said the Guard deployment would be strong and tough, with additional specialized units on standby. Mayor Muriel Bowser condemned Trump's claims as hyperbolic and false, warning that the move was inefficient and inappropriate. She pointed to falling crime rates and vowed to protect the city's queer resources. For Washington's LGBTQ community, which amounts to 14.5% of its adult population and is the highest in the U.S., Trump's takeover raises fears about federal control over programs and protections in what Bowser calls, quote, "the gayest city in the world," end quote. Okay, let me just say.
Say it. Say it.
True Liberation Day won't occur until the Heritage Foundation and its Christian nationalist Gestapo leadership is shut down permanently.
Exactly.
And Trump's ongoing cognitive decline, as well as the political grievance of his revenge presidency, continues as dementia or possibly tertiary syphilis ravages what little brain activity he had to begin with.
Well, you know, this is just another surprising turn in the case of U.S. politics. And how does he conflate sanctuary cities with everybody transgender? Is that a new dance? I want to learn.
Yeah, I want to know how to transgender.
Yeah, first of all, that's 1% of the population, maybe 2 transgender. So it's not everybody. And what if it were? I mean, like, first of all, people are who they are, and so why not? But that this continually demonizing the trans community, that it works is what pisses me off. Of course he's an idiot. Of course he's a moron. He's going to do horrible things. That's not a deal breaker for everyone who calls himself a decent human. That's what keeps me up at night. That and that he's made up this ruse of trying to protect the capital city from all this crime that's going down. But don't let facts get in his way, please. But that this adjudicated rapist, 34-time felon, twice impeached, who was on a list, by the way. He's on the goddamn list. So anyway, how is this person concerned? And again, that people buy that. If you want to protect DC from crime, put his ass in a cell somewhere.
Exactly. Well, he's the biggest criminal there.
And God bless him.
As you said, how did he convince the Christian right that he was the right person to represent them? But even beyond that, what my big fear on this one, It's not even about the trans community. It's not about everybody trans. This is what is his actual objective here, and I think it's using this as a ploy. Like,
it's
just
red
action.
the
meat
National
from
Guard in
space.
LA,
Right.
now this. I mean,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
he leading to? Is he
There's
want to have
other
National
cities
Guard
on
in
his
every
list.
city?
Oh,
Is that where we're headed?
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
a list
Yeah.
of other
It's gonna be
cities.
one after
Yes,
another.
that's
Yeah.
the fear.
Because notice the cities he's going for, they have high African American populations and leadership.
Right.
Right.
That's right.
So and that's no accident.
And for a president to use these kind of little known rules and
Mm-hmm.
tricks, that means they're not paying attention to what they need to be doing.
Right.
Like he's
Exactly.
obviously not doing the job of a president because he's too concerned about what's happening.
Well, he's doing the
at
job of the
minor
Heritage
level.
Foundation.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
They're the ones going through the books, finding crazy laws.
Yeah.
And he doesn't, I mean, he does what they tell him
Yeah,
to
of
do.
course.
Yeah, as if he's read anything.
Right.
Exactly.
He's illiterate. He can't read.
Exactly.
He doesn't
And
even know what was in that big, disgusting bill of his.
yeah, he thinks it's everybody trans. You know, well, but I don't know why this of all the things, and everything makes me mad, and he's a horrible. But his intent and this is a whole party-wide, leadership-wide thing. The misgendering, I can't take it. This insisting that these are men in dresses, whatever. That makes me just sends me into a blind rage. I don't know why that bothers me. As more than anything else, but it does because it's just so insulting and so belittling and so dehumanizing. I can't stand it.
On purpose.
And it's all
That's what it is.
It's a
On
plan.
purpose.
It's a plan.
Yes.
He wants to rile people up.
Stir
He
'em up,
doesn't
yeah, of
care who
course.
gets beat up. or
Right.
killed.
Because as long as we're mad about these microaggressions, somebody's forgetting today to say something about, is he on the list? Where's the list? Show me the
Epstein
fucking
files,
list. Along
Epstein
with your
files.
transcript and your tax returns from 100 years ago. And
Right.
Right.
ooh, save me somebody.
Ooh,
Help me, Jesus.
heavy sigh. That is a big LGBTQ story for today. There's no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.